What is up? What is up? What is up? Just the BetSlips Nation, Fans First Sports Network Nation. It is your boys. And yeah, we might look a little different. Normally when you see me, I'm wearing a bathrobe and sunglasses. But as you can tell, the boys decided to snazzy up a little bit because it is a very important night, very important day. A lot of people have this circled on their calendars. It is Selection Sunday for the NCAA tournament. Boys, let's clap it up. It's March. We made it. I'm trying to become number 3 AI, Babe Ruth. Definitely not Russell Wilson. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. We will get into it today, but let's start with introducing our well-dressed cast. I am Poolside Pat. Welcome on in to Selection Sunday at Just the BetSlips. Where, by the way, on X.com, the Everything app, and we are all affiliated with Fan First Sports Network, and we appreciate you hopping in with us tonight. But like I said, I am Poolside Pat, and we'll go this way, down, all there. So, yes, well-dressed man number 1.
I am Keldog. I'm the writer, Illinois, Chicago sports dude here, and I just can't wait for this thing to start.
CJ?
CJ, also known as PD King, normally for Just the BetSlips, so I'm also your ones and twos guy today, so I'm going to be mad typing and having a bunch of fun. But yeah, I am, having this is great. This is so much fun. I'm glad I got to rock the Navy blazer with the gray t-shirt underneath that says, if it don't make sense, it don't make dollars. Shout out to the old iteration of the show. But yeah, we're going to have a lot of fun today and talk about who we think is going to win each part of the bracket. That's, type of deal. No disclaimer, but we bring in the hot tips to help your bet slips, that stuff.
Love it. Well-dressed man number 3.
This is Rob the Parlay guy. I tried to be ironically funny without the jacket. Just went tie and t-shirt.
I love it.
I want to be a little different.
I want to throw this out. This will be the only time you ever see him wear a tie. To be very clear.
It's one of the few.
After the man's own funeral, it is going to be the only time you ever see him.
It is a Donald Trump tie, if that makes it better. But I'm still mourning my Wisconsin parlay loss. But they should be a 16 seed because of that. I'm very mad at them.
Yeah,
they should be a 16 seed regardless.
Yes, I agree with everything that was just said there.
Fraudulent.
But we are here. We're about to get our brackets. You can literally fill out your bracket right when this Selection Sunday is over. I think we're planning on going through the whole thing, right? That's the plan.
Yeah, we're going to go through all of it. As soon as they come up on CBS, I will have them filled out, and we'll kind of, we've got a bracket, and for each one, I think that's the bracket. So I've got each region done. As soon as the bracket is given to me, then I will give it out. It's going to be
follow us, join in the chat. Give us your ideas. And as we have mentioned, our podcast that drops every Friday, the podcast version of the show where we do a topic, kind of a little bit. It's like pretty much a live show extended is how I like to view it. And then we give out picks for the weekend. But we talked about March Madness. We talked about our Cinderellas and pumpkins. I've got mine and Tommy's right in front of me right now. I'm sure you guys have yours, and we could talk about where our Cinderellas and pumpkin picks ended up and how we think about their matchup, their seeding, and whatnot. But again, please feel free, if you're in the chat, talk to us about what you think as the night goes on. And we're just looking to have some fun. And I know we're not making picks, but I do want to just say this before we get started here. As a couple minutes, it should be going live. We're only here to bring you the hot tips to help your bet slips. Let's go. And I see, might as well say this just before we get going, just in case. We are not paid professional gamblers. Number one, this show is for fun and entertainment purposes only. Please gamble responsibly and at your own risk. Do not gamble more than you can afford to lose, because we might be making some picks, giving you some picks today. So need to say this to save our behinds. And gambling can be addictive. So please seek help if you or a loved one needs it. 1-800-GAMBLER is a great resource for that. They can get you in touch with whoever you need to get you the help that you or a loved one might need. And we are not, at this moment, affiliated with or sponsored by any sportsbook of any choice. We all use our own individuals. We will definitely switch to any that might want to pay us some money. That's just saying. but we are not currently affiliated. The show is not currently affiliated with or sponsored by any sportsbook. So that's that. Gambling can be addictive. 1-800-GAMBLER. Gamble responsibly. We are not paid professional gamblers. Thank you for joining us here for Selection Sunday. Very, very. I just want to. I mean, it's on. Is everybody? It's on a commercial right now. Is everybody on?
Yeah. We're good. And if I may add in there, any sports books that sponsor us, I will move. I will move from my current residence so I can use your sports book.
Kel will literally uproot his entire life just to bet.
I mean, in all fairness, if they pay him enough, it will behoove him to move. So there's that as well.
We just want you to know that we're not trying to look desperate, but we are kind of desperate.
We're not saying. We're just saying.
We're just saying.
So, but we're every day fan first, backed by Fan First Sports Network. Make sure you go check that out at Fans First SN on the Twitter device. I believe that's where they are everywhere else as well. Kel does a lot of great writing with them. We all have a show with Robert. Oh, you're affiliated based on this show. And then
correct.
CJ, obviously, with the Sports GPS podcast, myself with a college football podcast, which we're going to start ramping up back again. We took a little break. Going to be getting some draft talk going pretty soon. Probably have some of you guys on that want to talk draft. And that's just the BetSlips. And as we await Greg Gumbel.
Yeah, I did want to put out while we get ready for this, let's put up a little RIP to Greg Gumbel for 25 years. He was the man, the myth, the legend on the Selection Show with CBS, and he is surely missed by everyone. So we definitely give out it to his family and everybody around.
Absolutely, it is going to be weird. It is certainly going to be weird, like not having him around for March Madness this year. So shout out. For sure.
I'll say this too, like how big of shoes that are going to be filled by him, right? Like how massive are those shoes? So I don't know who the guy is that is taking over for that slot, but I mean, I'm not going to try to compare him, but there's some tough shoes to fill right there.
Especially after all those years, he just became an iconic voice. Like you just expect that voice every time this thing starts.
Yeah, absolutely.
I liken it to the same as when Jim Nance no longer does the Masters. That type of thing. Like not hearing "Hello, Friends" to start the Masters.
Oh, geez, don't even that's.
I'm just saying, that's what I liken it to, though. Like
you're not wrong. It's a gut punch,
yeah.
So like this currently has been that way.
This is the first year without him, so it's certainly going to be one of you guys might be ahead of me a tad bit, like you were earlier. So just I don't know, it is what it is. I'll just
might be.
Whoever's first can just say it out. Whoever it is.
Surprise! Auburn's a 1 seed. Surprise.
Okay, so I have not seen that yet. So I'm.
Auburn is the 1 seed,
and Alabama State / St. Francis at 16.
All right, there we go. First possible Cinderella. Now mine is way behind y'all.
Oh, Pat, Pat? Where are you right now?
I just saw Capital One, Auburn.
Louisville number 8.
Okay, I'm just getting to Auburn. Oh God!
And I'll just react as they come up. I figured I'd kind of only really dive deep into some of the Cinderellas because I think the top teams are more well known.
Creighton at number 9. So you got Louisville, Creighton.
Ooh,
how right I was on some of these, and we're off, ladies and gentlemen. Again, if you're in the live, we appreciate it, and just throw in some.
Michigan leaps to number 5 after their win.
That's massive, actually. That's huge. That is a massive situation there. I'm not going to lie to you.
They are playing number 12, which is
BT Dubs. This is the South region, by the way.
This is the South region. UC San Diego versus Michigan.
Wow. I'm going to say this right now. I think both the pumpkin, and my one Cinderella happen in one game because I think UC San Diego absolutely routs Michigan.
Oh,
I'm just throwing that out there. 1,000% absolutely routs them. I think UC San Diego is a very underrated team. The fact that they're a 12 seed is almost criminal. But, I mean, they did get a decent draw because they're facing a Michigan team. Even though they won the Big Ten tournament, I still don't love Michigan. I think Wisconsin had a terrible game today.
Hold on.
And they barely squeaked them out.
Wait for this one. Texas A&M at 4, playing Yale at 13.
I'm taking Yale.
Whoa.
Wow. I would take Yale all day in that game.
Wow. Early.
Yale did knock off Auburn last year.
Ole Miss at 6, playing San Diego State / North UNC at 11.
Okay, so that's the first play-in right there. That's the first 4. That's very interesting right there because first off, Ole Miss getting the quote-unquote pseudo-bye because now they're in North Carolina getting in. That just proves that Villanova might be out, by the way.
Iowa State number 3.
Okay.
I think
playing Lipscomb at number 14.
That Iowa State takes that one.
Yeah, that one. We got Marquette at number 7.
Yeah, so they're probably just going to roll through the brackets and then do some.
New Mexico at number 10.
New Mexico.
Who had the 7?
Marquette.
I mean, that's sneaky team at 10. I mean, that's a team that you have to worry about at 2, to be very clear.
Michigan State number 2.
That makes sense. They're on the 2 line. I had them as a 2.
Who?
It hasn't shown the 15 yet.
Yeah, the 15. I don't think this will be they don't do a 15 play-in. It's only a 16 play-in.
Marquette.
Interesting. Bryant. Wow.
So Michigan State versus Bryant.
I see Michigan State. I do like Marquette in that game.
So Alabama State versus St. Francis in the play-in for number 16.
Yep.
Against
Auburn versus Alabama State / St. Francis for that play-in there. Then you have Louisville, Creighton, Texas A&M, Yale, Michigan, UNC, San Diego. That's a star right there. I think that game could be really crazy. Iowa State, Lincecum, Ole Miss, San Diego State versus UNC. That's one of the first 4. Then you have Marquette in New Mexico, and then Michigan State, Bryant. What are we thinking about the South bracket, gentlemen?
So both of my Cinderellas are facing off in the 11th play-in, the 11th seed play-in against Ole Miss, the UNC, and San Diego State. I like San Diego State more. They're just too good of a defensive team, and that should be a fun game.
Well, it's kind of funny. All of us took San Diego State, or UC San Diego. I mean, we all took UC San Diego and San Diego State, I think. Mm-hmm. And UC San Diego, they could easily.
beat Michigan. 30-4 with a 26.38 adjusted efficiency margin. They're right up there with the Duke, Florida, Houston. In that stat, they are 5th behind Duke, Florida, Houston, St. John's, and then UC San Diego, and then Cedric. And this is a team, that's just one stat. This is a team that's up there with the top teams in adjusted and deeper analytic stats. So they are a team to watch. There's a reason why we all had UC. Did we all have UC San Diego? No.
Yeah, we did.
I didn't.
Okay, so all but Kel.
Kel did not.
Yeah,
Tommy did not either.
State, yeah. And Kel had San Diego State. Great article, by the way, Kel. That's all I got.
But if they get past Michigan, who knows how deep they could go.
All right, so considering Joe Lunardi had North Carolina as one of the first 4 out, which one of the last 4 in do we think not gets in? Because he had Utah State, Vanderbilt, and Indiana as the other. San Diego State and UNC were that one. So San Diego State was one of his last 4 in, and now he's got I'll share this tab instead here. Here's what Joe Lunardi had as of 6 p.m. So right before it started, this is what he had. So North Carolina shifts in. We already know San Diego State is one of the last 4 in. So which one of these 3, Utah State, Vanderbilt, or Indiana, do you think is not in?
I think you bounce Utah State. Like,
I was going to say Utah State.
I don't know. Indiana, I think Indiana is probably on the outside looking in now. I really do.
All right, hold on.
The resume was not that impressive, to be very clear.
Indiana, I'm going to go strength of schedule, all right? How about that? Net rating for strength of schedule. Indiana sits at they're up there. They're 48th. Net rating of strength schedule 13.27. They're on the lights of Michigan State, Colorado, Georgia, Rutgers, which don't even want to talk about that. West Virginia. Houston's right around that number as well for strength of schedule. And who's the other team?
It was Utah State, Vanderbilt, and Indiana.
Utah State is up there. Or excuse me, they're the opposite direction with only a 7. So there's that.
Yeah, I think Utah State had to win to get in, and I think that's what we're seeing is the fact that they didn't win, they're not getting in.
It's a very valid point. I will 1000% agree with that statement. I don't know. I mean, that Indiana, I didn't see them as a tourney team, and everybody was like, yeah, they are. And
I think the selection committee, when they have to look at Utah State and Indiana, they're going to take
the other 2 teams.
I'm sorry, what was it?
Vanderbilt was one of them.
Yeah, Vanderbilt, Utah State, and
Indiana. Better strength of schedule than Vandy, Utah State, and who?
I think it was just those 3, right? Because UNC is in.
Yeah, because UNC is in, San Diego State's in. Here, I'll pull it back up. There we go. So he had Utah State, Vandy, San Diego State, which we know San Diego State's in because they're facing UNC as one of that first. So
one of my now that I've been messing around with Ken Palm right now, I love it first and foremost. I just want to. It's got non-conference strength of schedule, regular strength schedule, but then it has luck. It has just a straight luck rating, and I want to look into it more now that I'm on it, but I don't even know what would.
All right, we're getting going on the East region. We got
the East region.
Yep, Duke obviously number 1.
Sure.
Okay.
Number 16 coming up. We got playing American versus Mount St. Mary's.
Okay. So Duke versus the second play-in. So all the 16 seed play-ins are done. So any of the last 4, you said it was Mount St. Mary's
and American. And now we got what was this? Mississippi State as the number 8 versus Baylor.
Makes sense, actually.
Baylor at number 9.
Yeah.
That's actually a really sneaky matchup there, truth be told.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Oregon at 5.
Oregon 5.
Versus Liberty at 12.
Ooh, okay.
I don't get that.
Now, here's the thing. Where is that game being played? It's in Seattle, though. Okay,
Seattle, yeah.
It's being played in Seattle, so that it doesn't favor the Liberty Flames as much as it could have.
Arizona at 4.
Liberty Bibbity.
Versus Akron at 13.
You know what? I saw Akron last night. Not as bad as what we think it is.
I mean, they won 28 games.
The Zips.
All right, let's see. Who's number 6? BYU up to number 6.
The Cougars of BYU. Kel, don't get excited.
Oh, well. Let me shut my video down here.
So we have Liberty. We have who's the 13? You guys
Akron versus Arizona.
Oh, VCU versus BYU. VCU at 11.
Wow. Goodbye, BYU.
Yeah.
Gotta hammer VCU.
I can't make that joke. Never mind.
I mean, the only thing is that's going to be like a home game for BYU because that game's happening in Denver.
We got Wisconsin at number 3. Boo.
Excuse me, I'm trying to be professional.
And they're showing on TV looking all depressed because they just got their butt whipped.
Their booty cheeks whipped, yeah.
Number 14, playing number 14, which is Montana.
Ooh, Montana is the 14th seed. All right, so we got the 7 and the 10 left in this side. Do we know?
St. Mary's at number 7.
St. Mary's at number 7. The Gales.
10's going to be interesting because I'm a big St. Mary's guy.
All right, so based on this, do we think? I mean, St. John's has got to be a 2 if Michigan State was a 2, right?
Yeah.
Number 10 is Vanderbilt.
Vandy. Ooh.
St. Mary versus Vanderbilt.
And they're not even one of the first 4 then because they're not even a play-in. So
Nope.
Vanderbilt had to be on the last 4 buys line, which brings in a Baylor and Oklahoma, Arkansas, and a West Virginia conversation.
We got number 2, Alabama.
That makes sense. Number 2, Alabama in the Duke bracket. It's tough.
I mean, yeah, Vanderbilt.
Number 15, Robert Morris.
Ooh.
Hey.
The Pittsburgh squad going up against Bama.
Oh,
I got Alabama versus the Roberts.
Oh, no. What do I do?
I'm picking Robert Morris.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, no.
Go Robert Morris. I want to get this over with quick.
I think I have to do Robert Morris money line, but Bama spread. I think that's what I'm going to have to do.
Oh man,
because I've been betting on Robert Morris all year. They're the best team at covering the spreads. So do I flip it?
Look, they're in the Duke bracket, so who cares how soon they go out? Just get it over with.
I mean,
no,
honestly,
Alabama can beat Duke. Alabama can beat Duke.
Let's look at the upsets. Let's look at the upsets that possibly could happen out of this bracket. We're not going to look at the Duke versus that play-in.
Well, we got VCU already versus BYU.
Yeah, I think that's the big one. I also think Akron could upset Arizona. I do. I think it's going to happen? No, but I definitely like that as a possibility. Arizona's been they've been streaky all year this year. I do like the fact that Akron could make a run. Just throwing that out there.
I think St. Mary's and Vanderbilt's kind of a toss-up, and honestly, I wouldn't be shocked about this is going to sound silly, so I just want to – it's technically an underdog. Baylor could beat Mississippi State. So
yeah, I mean, yeah, I was definitely looking more like –
definitely. I mean, I hate Wisconsin, so I'm definitely going to just hate revenge bet Montana.
Going for the Grizz? Going for the Grizz of Montana? Straight up Grizz.
I'm out on the Badgers. I was Mr. Badger at what? 1 o'clock today, and now I'm just anti. If I see a badger, it's on site.
Oh, badger.
Not on site.
It's on site. We squaring up.
Just come to the dark side over here, Pat.
What?
I'm gonna go buy a honey badger to attack the regular badgers.
Exactly.
Now we do know that the 2 brackets that we have seen, the South and the East, are on opposite ends of the bracket. So Auburn and Duke are on opposite ends of the bracket. They would only face each other in the final.
However, if you listen to our pumpkin, we don't think Auburn's going to get far enough.
I know we don't. I'm just saying, if you're looking at ones versus ones, you're looking at chalk.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah,
they're on opposite ends of the bracket. So the only way these 2 teams would face again, even though that was probably arguably one of the best regular season games we had this year, the only way we would see that game is in the final. We would not see it in the Final Four, to be very clear.
I'll tell you what.
Alabama-Auburn rematch would also be in the final. If
Pat put his Russell Wilson stuff out there, so I'm going to do it right now. If Auburn makes the finals, I will buy an Auburn jersey.
Oh! Okay.
No, as an Alabama fan.
Hold on. I want to show y'all something. I'm going to show y'all something so you realize how crazy that is. Because
there it is.
My walls are literally crimson red.
Oh no! Oh no!
That's how confident I am. That's how confident I am. Auburn will not make it.
That's way worse than what I did.
Oh my goodness!
That's
I am so
crazy.
confident that Auburn won't be there. I'm not even worried.
If you want to make a bracket and go against all of us here at Just the Bet Slips, make sure you go to ESPN. We're using ESPN in their bracket challenge. Search Just the Bet Slips bracket. It is a public bracket, so anybody can get in, and we want you guys to be a part of it. So anybody,
you want to bring that up really quick? Can you?
I can do that. Yeah, Hunter, give me a sec. I gotta get it then.
And again, stay tuned because we're going to be talking about all these. We're going to dive into some players, some analytics, and give some more picks, just thoughts on the upsets. I like that last segment with the picking some upsets from the bracket. I don't know why it took me a second to find that word when we're doing brackets right now, but Patty Bracketology not living up to his name.
Wow.
But I know, right?
So you're going to go to the ESPN Men's Tournament Challenge, find group, search, and click Just the Bet Slips, and that's us right there. And then you can join. We've got Kel, Tommy, and Parker is Spuds White, by the way.
I'm going to get in there right now.
I am officially joining the group as ESPN fan. I'm going to change that, obviously.
Yeah, once we get off, I'll join it. I forgot all about it.
It's all good, though. But, yeah, so that's the East bracket as of right now. I truly think this is a very favorable bracket for Duke. I think Alabama has to face two really, really good teams in St. One of the two, whoever wins that 7-10 matchup is a sneaky matchup against Alabama. Vanderbilt, I've already seen them once this year, so they know what they're about. Then we think VCU is going to beat BYU, but then they'd have to get past a very tall and lanky Wisconsin team if they beat Montana. So that's something to think about. I think Alabama being the second strongest team in this bracket is very favorable for Duke. It's just my opinion.
Let me ask you who. I mean, we can even go back to the last one too. I mean, we can always do this when everything's announced. But who has the toughest path out of the top three seeds here?
The top three seeds in this bracket individually?
Yeah.
All right, Midwest region is starting now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's tough. We'll go back. We
can circle back. Yeah.
All right, we got Houston versus SIU Edwardsville.
Houston's number one seed?
Houston's number one.
Yeah. We figured there was a lot of people that figured they would get there, to be clear.
The Cougars.
Number 8, Gonzaga.
Zaga on the 8 line.
Kel, you have to put a bet on.
If Illinois is in this bracket, I'm going to be pissed. I'm just going to say it right now.
What?
If Illinois is in this bracket, I'm going to be pissed.
It's not up yet. Yep, still waiting on 9.
Yeah, we're waiting on the 9 seed. Houston is the 1. SIU Edwardsville is the 16.
Oh, no. We got Georgia number 9.
Wow, that is tough draw.
That's a matchup right there.
I will say this, too. As of right now, just based on that 8-9 matchup, Houston's got a tough road to hoe.
Wait, Clemson's number 5.
Who was playing Georgia, Rob?
Gonzaga.
Gonzaga is versus Georgia. You said Clemson's the 5 seed.
Yeah, Clemson's the 5.
That's a game.
And we got McNeese number 12. That's one of that's my
that's an upset. 1,000%. I'm taking McNeese there over Clemson.
Shout out Ethan, though.
That was my number 1, I believe.
I really like McNeese. I really do.
Purdue is number 4
versus Clemson. There's another. Wow, they've got a couple of teams that have been falling off as of late in this bracket.
Versus another Cinderella, High Point at 13.
Yeah.
Wait, who was 4?
Oh,
Purdue.
Oh, give me High Point.
There's another upset.
There it is.
This is upset alert all day in the Midwest.
Oh,
I'm being honest. I just this is upset over upset right here. I think it's going to be a 13-12 matchup in the second round. To be very clear,
you're absolutely
Illinois
right.
Number 6.
Illinois 6.
Illinois
here we go.
6. But that's actually good for you guys. The only thing you have to worry about is if St. John's is the 2.
Texas/Xavier.
Okay, so Xavier makes it in. Texas makes it in.
Wow, I'm surprised about Xavier.
Okay.
He had both Texas and Xavier as a first 4 out. That means Utah State and Indiana are probably not in this tournament field, to be very clear.
Wow. That's unbelievable.
And he had Vanderbilt in as one of the last 4 buys. So like Oklahoma, Baylor, Arkansas, West Virginia, they might be out too. Like out, not even in, just out.
Kentucky drawing the number 3 spot.
Kentucky number 3.
Oh. Versus number 14, Troy.
Oh, there's one of my Cinderellas.
That's one of mine too.
That's a tough draw for Troy though. Like I think Kentucky's a very, very solid squad. I think they've just had a couple bad losses because they don't know how to finish games.
Yeah.
UCLA number 7 versus Utah State number 10. Utah State
is in as a bye. Wow.
Tennessee number 2.
Oh.
Okay, no, that makes sense.
Versus.
Please be Yale. No, we already had Yale.
Dramatic pause.
I want the Ivy League out of this thing. Wofford.
Wasn't that one of yours too, Rob?
It was.
Yes, it was. That one's a little tough, though. I'm not gonna lie. It's a tough draw for Wofford.
Well, there's your Midwest bracket, ladies and gentlemen. Houston.
They might be some upsets galore in the Midwest.
There's a lot of upset possibilities here. I definitely love the 12 and the 13 in this set.
A 12 versus 13 in the second round would be wild.
I'm just saying it's possible. It's definitely possible in this bracket. I think Wofford's an early exit. Unfortunately, I think Tennessee's a bad matchup for them.
Yeah, Tennessee is not a good matchup for them.
I mean, Utah State, UCLA is going to be interesting.
I am actually just shocked that Utah State it's not even just a play, and they're a bye. They're a bye, and Xavier and Texas are in, which means like Indiana's gone, Indiana's out, and then there's 2 teams between Baylor, Oklahoma, Arkansas, and West Virginia that are not making this bracket. To be very clear. Because Xavier, Texas, North Carolina are in. I truly believe that means Boise State's out.
Oh yeah.
I don't have Boise State in at all. And we already know the play.
It's not looking good for West Virginia right now either.
Yeah, I think West Virginia's out right now. That's crazy to think about. I thought the resume was strong enough.
I think High Point Purdue is one to look at. Even Troy, Kentucky. That's a tough matchup, Troy and Kentucky. But I don't know. I mean, any given Sunday, I guess. But
all right, so then which one of these teams, these 4 out here, gets in? I think it's only one that gets in right now. Between Baylor, Oklahoma, Arkansas, and West Virginia, there's only one that I think gets in.
I think Oklahoma probably gets in.
Yeah, that would be definitely Oklahoma.
Baylor. I think only one, just because of the math. I only think one of these teams gets in.
Didn't Baylor get in already?
No, I haven't seen Baylor. I haven't seen Oklahoma. I haven't seen Arkansas. I haven't seen West Virginia.
I think it's between Oklahoma and Baylor, which would be shocking. Arkansas.
Because shocking. Texas and Xavier are one of the last 4 in. We know San Diego and North Carolina are one of the last 4 in. We know Vanderbilt and Utah are one of the last 4 buys. So that means Indiana, Boise State, and at least 2 of these teams are in this line right here. And we know one of the others are there. That's tough. That's really tough. This team moves up here. Utah State's here. Vanderbilt's here. So only 2 of these teams are here, and 3 of these teams move to here, which means Indiana's not in. We know Indiana's not in because they weren't going to be one of the last 4 buys. So that's tough to think about.
What they get for disappointing us so much this year.
I guess that makes sense.
No. They got Baylor in there.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure Baylor was in the first grouping.
Yeah, they're the 9. They're getting the 8 seed Mississippi State.
That's right.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
I'm a liar. I'm a fat liar. My bad.
No, it's okay.
So then.
Oh yeah.
There's only one of those 4 teams in. That's truth. There's only one more of those 3.
Yeah, I mean, your
Oklahoma,
points
Arkansas. Yeah, so it's only one of those 4 between Oklahoma, Arkansas, and West Virginia are in the field.
I mean,
To be different, tough. I think I got to run Arkansas on that one. I remember betting on Oklahoma this year. There were some days they just didn't look good to me, even though their strength of schedule just tells people otherwise.
I mean, are they gonna go with Baylor, who I think probably not deserves it, are they just gonna put Coach Cal in?
That's also the other reason. Like, I feel like the storyline.
Like we said, Baylor is in. Baylor is in. So that was my bad on that. So
it could be Coach. I think they're gonna go Coach Cal. You have to imagine.
Yeah.
This is tough. This is tough. All right, so then who's the last number one then? Because it comes down between. I would assume it would have to be Florida, right?
Yeah. I think
St. John's would be the 2.
Yeah. St. John's.
All right, who's the last like 3? Have we seen Michigan? Right? Have we seen Michigan?
Watch Michigan. St. John's. We get St. John's and Arkansas. Watch.
I'm already typing in St. John's as the 2, and I'm typing in.
All right, we're starting off. We got Florida 1.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
This is the West region.
Yep, the West. The West.
You guys are so far ahead. Holy
Versus
cow.
number 16, Norfolk State.
All right.
I think I had them as a higher potential seed.
Number 8, UConn.
Okay.
All right. Let's go. Who do they got?
Versus number 9, Oklahoma.
All right. Ooh. Oklahoma is in, which that's Arkansas is gone. Arkansas is out. West Virginia is out. There's no way. There's just no possible way they're still in. I don't see it.
That's crazy.
Man.
Memphis at number 5.
And they beat BYU or UAB. Which was big for, I think, North Carolina, because if UAB beat, I think North Carolina was out, to be clear.
Shout out to Deion Sanders, Colorado State, number 12.
Who was
5? Memphis.
Yeah, Memphis versus Colorado State.
Well, it's Colorado is Deion, but yeah.
Yeah, I know. It was that Colorado's not getting in, so I had to use Colorado State. We got Maryland at number 4.
Okay, that's a team that I think is on the decline. Maryland is. Does that mean Michigan's the 3 in this?
Versus Grand Canyon at number 13.
No, Michigan was a 5.
No.
Grand Canyon.
So have we even seen? Has San Diego State? Did they get in?
No. Yeah, San Diego.
Yeah, they were playing. Missouri is number 6.
Mizzou.
So show me State.
UNC.
No, they're playing with San Diego State.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they're playing. They're one playing.
Versus Say Drake.
Oh,
Drake versus Mizzou.
Number 11. Say Drake.
Give me Drake in that one.
I like Drake in that matchup as well. I'm a big fan of Drake in that matchup.
We've been on this Drake train.
We have been. Say Drake.
The Say Drake crew.
Say Drake.
Oh.
Number 3, Texas Tech.
That's actually, I thought they'd be a lower seed, but I guess that, their strength of schedule was kind of big. And they won a lot of games versus Q1 schools.
Versus number 14, UNCW.
University of North Carolina, Wilmington.
We got number 7, Kansas.
Kansas is the 7?
Yep.
Damn it.
Wow.
Versus number 10, Arkansas.
Oh,
wow.
There's Arkansas.
They had to.
Who is out?
They had to. So this is St. John's.
Yeah, St. John's has to be 2. There's no way St. John's isn't the 2 here.
Yeah.
Number 2, St. John's.
Yeah. So then who's the last automatic qualifier for the 15? I can't remember who was the last automatic. Is it no, Alabama State already had. They came in already. Florida Gulf Coast?
Versus Omaha.
Oh yeah, they won that.
Shout out to Peyton Manning.
Omaha.
The one guy with the do you mind if we dance in your tournament? That big quote that was spreading around.
Listen, I'm going to say this right now. You asked about the easiest road so far. St. John's to come out of the West is the easiest road I've seen.
Yeah?
Legitimately the easiest road I've seen, because I think Florida has a dogfight between the winner of UConn and Oklahoma. I think Maryland and Memphis, that winner loses to whoever comes out of the Florida, and I like St. John's over Florida in the final for the West. To be very clear, I think St. John's has a really, really good road to the Final Four here. I really do. Yeah, but don't get me wrong, I like Florida, but like St. John's is a team that I've been high on all year, and they have not so far let me down.
You're never gonna get St. John's hate out of me. I love me some St. John's.
And here's the other piece too. If they're on the side of the bracket that Auburn is, so if Auburn makes it to the Final Four, then St. John's is your savior to not have to buy a jersey there. Rob.
See, I feel even better now. I feel even better.
Yeah.
I don't think Auburn would beat Florida or St. John's, to be completely honest. So
that's fair. Even though they did beat Florida earlier in the season.
Although they also got to compete with Drake.
That's true.
With
I just put a bet on Drake to win it all.
You put on Drake to win it all?
Yeah.
Oh no!
What's that boy going off at?
Yeah, 25,000 or
so first four out looks like we got West Virginia, Indiana, Ohio State, and Boise State.
Oh, it's two.
Last four in: Texas, Xavier, San Diego State, and UNC.
Unbelievable. I think Houston has a pretty solid path. If they can get up out of the first round, I think Houston has a pretty solid path as well.
All right. I mean I can share this tab instead. There's the last four in, first four out right there. Ohio State and Boise State. That's something to think about there.
There's certainly something. I mean, you look at that though. Oh yeah, look at SEC with 14.
Yeah, I mean the SEC was a very, very strong conference this year for sure, and it makes sense. All right, so this bracket here, the West will go against the South. These two brackets will go against each other. If we had a consensus,
San Diego State because they won their conference, right? It's got to be
San Diego. UC San Diego State, or just San Diego State?
No, just the last four in San Diego State. Or did they not win theirs? I'm just confused about the how West Virginia got left out.
It's probably, I don't know. I thought they had a decent enough resume, but I guess they had to pick SEC schools. They took Texas.
No.
They took Xavier, I guess, with the blue blood. I mean, based on the teams that should have been out, they took North Carolina. I don't know why. They took Xavier, which, I mean, I guess.
North Carolina should have been bumped for West Virginia.
I'm going to slightly disagree with you in one way and one way only. In one way or way only. West Virginia wasn't a 20-win team this year.
That's fair.
That's the only thing that I'm like, okay, West Virginia, but they did play a tougher schedule. I'll give you that. Yeah. North Carolina was also 13-7 in the ACC, which I still think, even though the ACC was down this year, to be very clear, the ACC was down. I still think the ACC holds clout, and because UNC is a blue blood.
I honestly think, even without Cooper Flag in the game, the way they played against Duke and the way they came back and almost won that game is why they got in.
Yeah. That's also possible.
And when you look good against a team like Duke, and they're looking at the bubble, it's hard for them to not put you in.
Yeah,
that's the way I see it.
can't say that doesn't make sense. It's just as a West Virginia fan, that's a bummer.
If they if they had lost by 20 to Duke, then I don't think they get in.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I can't fault that.
Who do you think is the most surprising? Arkansas? Who's the most surprising that got in?
I think UNC is the most surprising that got in. Honestly.
Yeah, actually.
If you want me to be 1,000% clear, it's Texas, it's North Carolina, because Texas isn't a 20-win team, but they got the bump because of the fact that one, they won 2 games in the SEC tournament that nobody thought they were going to, and they're in the SEC. That's the reason why. I mean, all but 2 teams in the SEC make the field. To be very clear. Auburn, Florida, Alabama, Tennessee, Texas A&M, Kentucky, Ole Miss, Missouri, Mississippi State, Georgia, Vanderbilt, Arkansas, Oklahoma, and Texas. Yeah. The only 2 teams in the SEC that did not make the tournament this year are LSU and South Carolina.
Yeah, I mean, now that you say that too, it's because Texas's strength. They're not a 20-win team, but their strength is. I mean, they played in the SEC.
Right. They went 6-12 in conference, but again, I think their only losses, they're only the 12 losses. They went what did they go? 12, 13. They went 13-3 out of conference this year, and then they went 6-12 in conference. So they lost to Ohio State, they lost to Ohio State. So then they got griped there. They lost to UConn. Then they lost their other non-conference loss. I can't see it, but
I'm interested in looking this up, as I said, but I just want to point out that 3 of the top 4 luckiest teams based on KenPom are all in the tournament. Montana, Mount St. Mary's, and American.
Well, all of them won conference, so they had to get in. That's automatic qualifier.
But they're also the 3 of the 4 luckiest teams. I have to figure out what that means. That's my main thing, is that I need to figure that out.
And I wonder if it happened because of their tournament, to be clear. I don't know.
I'm going to get to the bottom of what this means.
It's fair.
I have to. No, I do got to give them credit. I mean, obviously they're going to stay on, because the women is at 8.
Yep.
So looking forward to that. But yeah, how do we want to break this down, boys? Let's break it down a little bit and send people on their way.
I will tell you that I think I agree with CJ after they just showed the top 4 from each one. The St. John's Florida bracket is, but other than those 2, is the weakest.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't see anybody else beating either one of them in that bracket.
Do we want to look over those brackets again? I mean, we can. Let's go.
Let's go one by one, and we can say one Cinderella we can see making it to the Elite 8, and then one. We could do a pumpkin that we could see dropping early.
Well, this was the first bracket we saw, which is the Auburn, Michigan State bracket. I think the Cinderella in this bracket has to be UC San Diego. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I can see a world in which we're seeing Yale versus UC San Diego,
could we have two 12-13 matchups in this bracket this year?
It's possible. And it could also, but that would bust a ton of brackets.
I would say so as well.
I could see a 11, 12, and 13 in this bracket. UC San Diego and Yale. I could see that being an Elite 8 matchup. I could.
I like that.
I don't think whoever wins the 11. I don't think San Diego State or UNC, whoever wins that, beats Ole Miss. I think that's a bad draw for San Diego State.
That being said, I could certainly see San Diego or Yale in the Elite 8. It's one to watch for this.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Playing Auburn.
Yeah.
Now, pumpkin wise, where do we think Auburn falls?
I think
that game.
Let's see. Let me look at this. They lose to.
I think Michigan poses a good threat with the way they're playing right now.
Do we think? Where do we think Auburn's first opportunity to fall is? Because we're just going to assume that they're going to win against whoever, Alabama and St. Francis. I mean, it's only happened 2 times in the history of basketball.
It would make my month if they don't, but continue. Just gonna, I wanted to throw it there.
I get where you're at. I'm just saying, let's play the odds here.
I'm well aware of what you're getting at, but I just wanted to throw that out there.
Not knowing much about the architecture and music school, I do know a little bit more about Yale and just being from Connecticut and UC San Diego and Michigan for that matter. I think those 3 teams definitely pose a threat. If able to meet Auburn, and then if we're talking that final matchup, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'm not too familiar with Ole Miss. Michigan State's also my pumpkin. I can see them losing to a couple. If they have to go against San Diego State, or even UNC, I'm taking that over Michigan State. So Michigan State did not impress me at all in the conference tournament. So that's just where I'm at. But
how much karma would it be for an Alabama State to beat Auburn?
Oh,
they don't even lose to Alabama; they lose to Alabama State.
That would be. Oh, I'm betting Alabama State if it's Alabama State.
I just looked at that. I was like, that would be the ultimate karma. Alabama State's like, we can't let him wear by Auburn jersey.
It's not the Iron Bowl. It's the. I was thinking something. Not. It's like no. There is a copy.
That'd be the Bronze Bowl.
The Bronze Bowl.
Bronze Bowl.
Bronze Bowl.
I mean, I would fire Bruce Pearl right there. Just like, oh, you didn't lose to Alabama, but you lost to Alabama State. Goodbye. Out the door.
The Aluminum Bowl.
The Aluminum.
Yeah, I can agree with the fact that y'all are thinking Michigan State does have a very impressive resume, to be clear.
I think this is a tough bracket.
This is a very tough bracket.
Yeah, I really do. No, I understand Michigan State's regular season. It's just they're just now kind of really watching them the last little bit. Michigan looks like they're firing on all cylinders compared to they look lost at times. Maybe they're just tired, but Michigan State looked lost at times. Michigan just seems tough. They're playing tougher. I mean, everybody's tired at this point in the season. They just watching that Michigan-Wisconsin game tonight, just for recency bias, they just look like they're ready to fight. I don't know. I'm scared. I'm kind of scared of Michigan, being honest. But
Michigan does find ways to win close games, and that you need that in a format like this.
And they have the two towers. They have Donaldson. They got some shooters.
Looks like Tuesday we're getting the UNC playing game, and they took it away too fast. UNC's Tuesday.
What's on the next bracket there?
Yeah, let's go to the next bracket here. Is the East. This was the Duke, and then the play-in with St. Mary's, and then 2 as the Alabama. I'm not seeing any massive opposition to Duke here.
No.
As much as it hurts me that VCU is in this bracket, I happen to like Duke over pretty much everybody in this bracket.
Let's just remember the Cooper Flag situation. I think with a healthy Cooper, we're definitely saying more so, but I think we still have to remember that he's got a bum wing. So.
I hear you, but this first game is not till Thursday. They may not play him in that game because they don't need him. And then was it Saturday? I mean, he's got over another week if he doesn't play that game.
And he heard it he heard it on Thursday.
Yeah, so we're talking a week and a half, 10 days, 12 days.
Yeah, and for a sprain, it won't feel 100. I'll admit it won't feel like 100%, but it'll feel pretty good. They're going to be able to wrap that thing up, tighter than you know what. And
and I don't see Mississippi State or Baylor causing problems for them.
He's getting all of the best treatment too. We know that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't see them having opposition until possibly maybe Arizona.
Yeah.
So I mean, we're talking 3-4 games.
Yeah, we're talking. They're probably walking to the Elite 8 or at least into the Sweet. They're walking into the Sweet 16. It's just
So by that time, I would think he's probably 100%.
Yeah.
Unless he re-aggravates it, obviously.
We know I'm riding with my Robert Morris. I'm going to have to figure out a way for me to win either way there because I do like Alabama. I think, especially after that loss to Florida, I think they're coming out fire.
Going down to that part of the bracket too, I think St. Mary's is going to have a good run this year. I think that's going to be a solid first game. I think we're going to it's going to be a little entertaining if they get to, or when they get to Alabama in the next round.
I would say that it could be ironic if it did end up being down to Alabama and Auburn, though, and Alabama had to save me from buying an Auburn jersey.
That would be pretty funny.
It would be funny.
That would be irony. Especially since I don't ever bet on Alabama.
That is also true.
Except that would be the one exception.
Yeah. Should we try the next bracket?
Yep. I was just about to pop it over, and there it is. The Midwest. That is Houston, Tennessee's bracket.
Okay. Like we've been saying, High Point, McNeese, those are gonna be some solid games.
I think so as well. This is a very highly volatile bracket. To be very clear, I do like Houston. I think this is the upset city bracket. If you want me to be completely honest with you, I think High Point has a chance to beat Purdue. I think McNeese has a chance to beat Clemson. I don't like Troy versus Kentucky. I don't like that matchup. But yeah, I think Georgia walks Gonzaga. To be very clear,
I think if Houston gets by Gonzaga or that game, then they're. I mean, this is Houston's bracket to lose. In my, I think Tennessee would be a tough draw, and I think Houston's the only team that they don't want to see would be Tennessee. But I love my Cougars. I love them.
So does Kel.
Yeah, thanks, man.
Yeah, I love them so much.
I will say, I think Illinois has a chance to make the Elite Eight.
It just depends on what Illinois team you're going to get. You're going to get the team that blew out, who was it? Oregon, I think they blew out by 20, or like one of these teams by 20, or you can get the team that gets blown out by 40 by Duke and 20 by Maryland. Like this team has just been up and down all year. If they get Kentucky, I'm going to be the joke I can't make right now.
That also fair. Yeah, they had San Diego State. They had North Carolina as the last team in the field, to be very clear.
Yeah, they're 68.
Well, they're 46 with the bids because they have 22 automatic qualifiers that are the lower seeds. San Diego State.
That's what they had them listed out here.
Yeah. Crazy to think, man. Crazy to think. I was looking at the other bracket as we go down. This tough regardless of the way you look at it. I am shocked that the committee also, I mean, we can go to the next bracket here. I am shocked they have St. John's as the 8th overall seed. I definitely thought they had a chance to be on the one line. If a Florida or a Tennessee had fallen, well, obviously Tennessee's on the 2, but if Alabama, Tennessee fall, I think they have a chance. I thought St. John's was better than Alabama, to be clear, but I actually like them in this bracket more because I think they got a better bracket.
Like I don't see any resistance until the Elite Eight for them.
Yeah, I think they walk Kansas or Arkansas.
Yeah.
I think the only team that really would show some resistance is Texas Tech, to be very clear. Even though I thought Texas Tech shouldn't even be on the 3 line.
Let's not count out Sage, right?
We can't. Can't do that. I also Florida St. John's would be another hell of a matchup. Though.
That would be a monster matchup.
That would be, because I was just looking at it, and we were talking about how Tennessee, best defense in the league, statistically, at least by KenPom, that actually belongs to St. John's.
Yeah, it's Rick Pitino, man. Pitino's teams always play defense.
Points allowed per 100 possessions, St. John's is 87.5, Tennessee 89.1. My Houston, is just below or just above St. John's at 87.8. So
you're saying bet the under?
I mean, at this point, I'm going with the Michigan-Wisconsin game. Both teams like highest scoring in the Big Ten, and they scored the lowest point. Both of them all season had their least. It was 23-21 and a half. It was unbelievable. I could not. And the over-under was like 71 and a half or 70 and a half. Unbelievable. You can't make that stuff up. It's March. That's March.
Somebody needs to get this guy's head checked.
Let's go ahead now that the bracket is available. I'm going to go ahead and share this tab. We are in our bracket. We are submitting this bracket as a conglomerate together as one unit into ESPN, their main bracket. So this is just the BetSlips bracket right here. We're going to go ahead and zoom in here.
Let's do this right now.
We're doing this right now. 1,000%. We are doing this right now. So I hate to be this guy, but we like the Auburn here.
Oh yeah, 100%. Yes.
Yeah.
We don't like it, but we have to take it, right?
Yeah.
All right. And then the Louisville Creighton. What do we like in this matchup?
I like Creighton.
I was going to say Creighton. Say Creighton also.
All right. Creighton is confirmed here versus Louisville. Michigan versus UC San Diego.
I'm going UC San Diego.
Yeah, I mean we're gonna have to have at least one or two of these, right?
I'm fine with this. I think we're there. Texas A&M and Yale. I know Kel is gonna want to beat the drum for Yale.
I will not say the name of that first team ever, so y'all can pick them if you want. I'm just staying out of it.
Here's what I'm saying. I don't care what we pick because I have sworn to myself that I will not bet on an Ivy League and I will not bet on a team with A&M in their name.
Okay, so you guys are out. So it's between
between you and Kel.
You guys have to abstain. Yeah.
Yeah, we're abstaining. Yes, for sure.
We are 1,000% abstaining. Begrudgingly, I'm abstaining.
Where did he go? Oh, he said he went.
I don't know where he went.
Oh no, because I think I'm gonna abstain and let him pick because I'm a Connecticut guy.
By the way, the Clark just picked Duke to lose to Clemson in the Final Four. By the way,
wow,
that dude is wild.
Ethan likes that. Well, maybe he's taken into consideration Cooper Flag.
Maybe that's the Cooper Flag situation. Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
He knows
the fact that he thinks Clemson is going to get past Houston is wild to me.
Let's go ahead and skip this Texas A&M Yale. Let's go to the Ole Miss. And all right, sorry, Kel's back. Kel, all three of us are abstaining from this matchup. Who do you like? All right, so you know my reason. I won't bet on an Ivy League, and I won't bet on a team with A&M in their name.
And I'm with the A&M part of it. I can't say the name even if I wanted to, so I'm just staying out of it.
And don't feel like picking this matchup, so it's up to you.
So you pick this one.
How about this? Each one of us has to pick one individually.
Oh, give me Yale then.
All right,
there you go. Lock it up.
You're done, so you don't have to do that again.
Okay.
The three of us.
All right.
At one point,
Ole Miss,
it's like the golden buzzer.
The golden buzzer. I like
your golden buzzer.
Unadulterated. You have one pure unadulterated veto power, and there was yours for Yale. Old Miss, San Diego State, and then the winner of San Diego State versus UNC.
I like the. I know we're picking a lot of underdogs in this bracket, but I like the 11.
I was gonna say I'm taking the 11 because I think UNC is gonna take that, and I think UNC can beat Ole Miss.
See, I like Ole Miss though, so that's my issue. It all depends on which one. I'm okay. I'm okay not because I think either one of them gets dog walked by the winner of the next.
Oh, that's fact.
To be very clear.
What do you think, Bill?
I like San Diego State. That's the problem.
Okay, we'll go with that winner. I'm fine with that. This Iowa State, right?
That's easy.
We're not questioning that one. Marquette versus the Lobos in New Mexico.
I like Marquette. I do, but it doesn't matter. This is kind of a coin flip to me.
All right, Marquette.
Yeah.
Marquette, okay. And then, as much as we hate to say it, it's probably Sparty here, right?
It's definitely Michigan State.
Pumpkin to me means they don't make the.
They don't make the Elite Eight.
Yeah, that's what.
That's what I was thinking too.
Yeah. Fair enough. All right, let's go to the West bracket. We have Florida versus Norfolk State.
Florida easy.
Oh, you didn't even take a vote, dude. Jeez.
Oh, okay, sorry. Let me go.
Would you like to use your veto power on? Oh wait, you don't have one.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, golden buzzer of nothing there. UConn versus Oklahoma. Who we like?
I want to say UConn, but
I mean, I'm UConn. I can't.
Yeah, I got to roll with UConn.
I'm good with that. I'm good with UConn.
Defending champs. I don't think they're going to win it, but back-to-back defending champs. I mean, come on.
Yeah, you can't really say no there. Memphis versus Colorado State.
That's a good one. I personally, and I don't want to just be picking all 12s. I really like Colorado State. I don't think Memphis showed much against UAB today to convince me that Colorado State can't compete.
Not disagreeing with you. I will say this as a caveat to defend Memphis. Whether we take them or not, it does not matter to me. But I will say this: they knew they didn't have to win to get in, and UAB needed to win to get in, and they were playing with a lot more passion than Memphis was. I don't think Memphis was playing with their hair on fire as much as UAB did, and yet they still beat them. So that is something to take into consideration. I'm fine taking Colorado State, to be very clear. I'm just giving a caveat to the reason why I think Memphis did not look as good as what.
Advanced analytics-wise, Memphis is below Colorado, or the only thing that they are barely better at is giving up one less point defensive efficiency-wise. But offensively, net rating, adjusted efficiency, I want to just check luck just because I love that thing. Okay, Memphis is a little luckier than Colorado State.
Makes sense. Makes sense.
But I really like Colorado State, and we're gonna have to temper how many 12s that we pick. I know it's enticing, but that's also the point, right? You get more points for picking the upsets. Is that how it works?
I don't know if it works this way in the tournament challenge. I know I've been in several brackets that are that way.
I don't know if it's more. But if you have like 3 12s and they all advance, most people don't have 3 12s in their bracket. You're gonna be doing better than me.
So I'll keep checking the 12s. We have 2 12. Well, in the last bracket we have 3 double-digit seeds moving on.
I think so. Also, if you're in the chat right now and you want to break a tie, you want to throw something in, throw it in. We want your input here. This is a conglomerate of everybody here. Kel, what are you thinking here for Memphis, Colorado State?
I'm rolling with Memphis with everything I've seen. I've been loving them all year.
Okay,
easy peasy on that one.
That's fair enough. All right, we're gonna go with Memphis here. Maryland or Grand Canyon?
Maryland. I know it's cute to go with Grand Canyon, but I just don't.
We should play that one smart.
I think so as well. Hey, say Drake.
Say Drake. Now we can go 11.
Yeah, we're going Drake. Yeah.
All right, Texas Tech or UNC Wilmington?
Tech.
Yeah, 100%.
All right, and then Kansas versus Arkansas.
Oh, speaking of great coach matchup there too. So we did end up getting a good coach matchup.
Oh, give me Arkansas. That's my pick, my vote.
Well, but I could be convinced to Kansas. But no, wait, no. I take that back. Isn't Kansas on your crap list, Cal?
Yes, they are.
Yes, give me Arkansas.
I'm good with that.
Yeah, I'm solid. And yeah, we're not going to discuss the rest of that. We're going to take Duke here.
Duke.
Mississippi State or Baylor?
I would vote Mississippi State.
Sure. I don't have an opinion on this one, so I'll go with Mississippi State.
They're getting bounced in the next round anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Who was it again? What is
Mississippi State versus Baylor.
Mississippi State versus Baylor. We're taking Mississippi State.
I just want to.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, give us the analytics because we'll go off the analytics.
I'll say we don't care, so you look at it.
This doesn't have to be your veto, by the way. This is just
32nd in net rate. And who was the other one? I'm sorry, I'm on a different screen.
Mississippi State and Baylor.
All right, we're going Baylor. Their net rating is significant. It's close, but it's by more than a point.
Okay, I'm fine with Baylor. It doesn't matter. They're losing to Duke next round anyway. Let's not
agree.
Oregon versus Liberty. I think this is a 5 we actually take. I really do.
I think it's got to be Oregon. Yeah, it's Oregon.
As much as I like the Flames of Liberty, I can't do it.
Oh, it's
Arizona versus the Zips.
100% Oregon. 100%.
Arizona versus the Zips of Akron.
I would love to say the Zips.
Wildcat.
Here we go. You guys. I'm saving my golden buzzer.
So veto-wise, are we talking about like staying out of the pick or?
No. Like you're saying, I don't care what you think. I'm picking this team.
Oh, okay.
We are picking this team.
Yeah. I am picking for us.
Yes.
That is going to be our
pick. Have one. We each have one.
Okay,
you
I got
use yours on Yale. So we Arizona, Akron. I like Arizona here.
Yeah, I'll take Arizona also.
Yeah.
Arizona.
Okay. I'm going to use my golden buzzer here.
All right.
Wisconsin, I think.
I hate this one. Just because I hate it.
Look, I don't like Wisconsin any more than the next guy.
No,
now,
but
they're going to dog walk Montana.
They're going to beat the crap out of them. Especially coming off the loss to Michigan. I get it.
St. Mary's versus Vanderbilt.
St. Mary's.
Yeah. I like how convicted you were saying that.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of the Gales here in this matchup. And then Alabama versus Robert Morris.
What was that? Vanderbilt.
Vanderbilt versus Alabama versus Robert Morris.
I think it's
Watch St. Mary's in this tournament.
They do have a tough draw. I will say they have a tough draw. St. Mary's does have a very tough draw.
Oh, I don't want to do this one.
Yeah. This was between Rob and Pat here. This was between Rob and Pat.
Gotta go Alabama.
Who likes Pittsburgh? Who likes Alabama?
You gotta go Alabama. I know, but I'm gonna be so upset when I'm taking Robert Morris spread. I don't care what it is.
Houston versus SIUE. I think that's just the Cougars all day. We don't have to really talk about that.
This one's an interesting one.
This is a very interesting pick. If somebody wanted to use a veto here, I would not be shocked.
I mean, I lean Gonzaga for sure, but hey,
I'm the opposite way. I lean Georgia here. I think Georgia. Really? Yeah, I think Georgia's more athletic, a lot more athletic.
No, man, Gonzaga's showing up pretty well in some of these.
If I have to vote, I'd go Zags on just the history and whatnot. But that's not a good way to look at it.
That's that blue blood that gets UNC in there.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm on the fence on this one. I have a hard. I don't know. Like in every bracket that I've done for the last 6 years, I always have Gonzaga going 2 rounds, so it's tough.
I'm going Zaga.
I am fine with that because I think it doesn't matter. They're losing.
It doesn't matter.
I don't think either team is beating Houston. No.
Correct. No. That's where I'm at. McNeese and Clemson.
So we would, if we take McNeese here, we have 3 12s. Just one.
Yeah, I'm aware.
Are you going to use your golden buzzer, my friend?
I'm not.
Ethan was so excited for this stream, and now we're just bashing Clemson every turn.
I think Clemson's got a rough draw here, to be very clear. I really do.
I really want to use it, but I'm not going to here. This is not a good matchup.
I think this might be one of the best games of the first round, to be very clear.
You know what?
This has Stephen F. Austin beating VCU vibes
if you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything. I'm taking my golden buzzer, McNeese.
Ooh.
I put them as my number 1 Cinderella, so I'm not backing down now.
I love that.
McNeese. All right, Purdue versus High Point.
High Point.
Yeah. Are we talking about this? The Purdue Boilermakers have been trashed for the last month and a half.
We're taking High Point. We're taking High Point.
First of all, if we end up with McNeese versus High Point, we're the only people in the country that's got that matchup.
Guaranteed. Not even a doubt in our mind. Oh man, that's crazy. I love it. I really want the chat to be hitting us up right now, and they're not. And it's bugging me.
I'm surprised we're not getting trashed right now. They're like, you have 7-12s. What the are you doing?
Illinois versus the winner of Texas Xavier. I
think it's Illinois, to be honest.
I think it's Illinois as well. Like I know Kel used his golden buzzer on Yale, but I think we
wait. You guys pushed me into Yale because nobody else wanted to vote.
True.
No, Kel gets another golden buzzer. Kel gets a golden
I'm good with
buzzer.
that.
I think before we submit
Illinois golden buzzer.
Before we submit this, we go back and we look at every matchup, and if you haven't used your golden buzzer, you can use it, or we go with what we have.
Well, we also have.
We put him in a spot.
We have other rounds too. We have other rounds, gentlemen. We do have other rounds.
Oh yeah, sorry, I forgot about that. Yes.
Yeah.
We'll go to the next rounds. Okay, sorry. But Kel, you get a golden buzzer.
Thank you.
All right.
We did push you into doing
it. We did.
Oh, the three of us were like, no, we're not going to.
We're not betting this. Kentucky or Troy? I think.
I'm going Kentucky. I'm not dying on Troy Hill.
I think you want to face Xavier more than you want to face Texas.
I can see that. I can
see that as well. I will say, I don't think you want to face any SEC team in this tournament, to be very clear.
Correct. Yeah.
Talking about the round of 32 that's about to happen, because even though I like Troy, I think Kentucky's a terrible matchup for them. So
I agree because we both had Troy in ours, but I don't think they're beat Kentucky. So
correct. I think that's a tough draw. We're good with Kentucky, right? I figured that was the correct play from everybody, but consensus. Yeah. All right, good. UCLA versus Utah State. I don't even think Utah State should be in this field, to be very clear.
I don't see either of those teams going much further than 32.
Yeah, no, I think UCLA wins that game, but I don't think I think that's pretty much all they do.
Yeah,
I'm fine with either, to be very clear here.
UCLA. I would go UCLA. Yeah,
UCLA.
We have three. That's all it takes. It. And then Tennessee versus Wofford. Even though we like the Bulldogs,
we don't like them against Tennessee.
We do not like them versus Tennessee. All right. Let's go ahead. We can recap that round. We'll recap it at the end here.
Can I throw in something before we start this round?
Absolutely, we can.
As of right now, most picked champions at ESPN: Duke 27.2% of brackets, Florida 21.8%, Auburn 11.1%.
Well, all 11.1 of them have lost, so that's fine.
Correct.
We appreciate you sacrificing your brackets for us.
Anybody have Tennessee? I'm just curious.
Just showed 3.
I would think Michigan State's probably number 4.
So he's not in the chat, but he did comment on one of my posts on the show. Our guy Aaron, shout out Aaron. I told him to hop in the chat, but he says Drake over Mizzou, free money. So say Drake.
All right,
say Drake.
Say Drake. Say Drake.
Drake, if you're watching, we're talking about the college. Do not sue us. We have no money.
Yeah, do not sue us.
Yeah, we're talking about
purely about the
Bulldogs, right? Drake Bulldogs.
Yeah, the Bulldogs of Drake.
Yeah. We're talking our rule. I mean, we got our resident Kel dog down here.
Say Drake Bulldog. I hear you like puppies.
And they call it a fluffer.
Oh my
Let's go ahead and
lord!
get to the round of 32 here. As much as we hate it, do we think Creighton can beat Auburn?
So here's the thing. I don't think Auburn loses here, but I do think this game is going to be better than people think it's going to be.
I think it is as well. I think Auburn
wins, but I don't think it's going to be a walk. They're not going to walk through them.
I think you roll with Creighton spread here for sure.
Yeah, for spread for sure. Yeah, because it's probably going to be a decent amount too.
Yeah,
it'll probably be like 6-7 points, maybe even 8.
I would lean Auburn for sure, though. Yeah,
with the hook. Yeah.
This
is a tough one we got coming up.
Now we're getting juicy. I gotta go.
I say UC San Diego, but I'm not like.
Kel, you have one chance to beat the drum for Yale to sway us.
Oh God.
San Diego.
I mean,
he likes both of them. Is the problem?
Yeah.
Yeah. Same.
I'll vote for Yale.
Oh.
No, that's fine.
The votes for Yale, however, I think UC San Diego.
I say UC
San Diego in the Elite Eight, maybe.
I got UC San Diego beating Auburn. By the way, let's just lock that up. Just saying.
I said the Elite Eight, maybe. The winner of San Diego State and UNC, who we think is going to be San Diego State versus Iowa State.
Ooh, that's a tough one. I don't know. I'm going to defer to you guys with that one. I mean, I could do the research really quick, but
please do. Yeah, please do, because I'm on the fence as well. I like Iowa State here, but I could very easily be persuaded to an 11 here.
San Diego State's or
so I hate to use the if then maybe scenario, but like let's think about this. Even without Cooper Flagg, do we think Iowa State has a chance against Duke without Cooper Flagg?
I would lean.
It's not this bracket though, so it doesn't matter.
I know it's not, but my point is UNC almost beat Duke without Cooper Flagg.
I would lean Iowa State.
Okay, I see where you're going.
So to me, that makes UNC strong enough to beat Iowa State.
I don't know.
Now, we may not have UNC. They may lose to San Diego State. I don't know.
I mean, just net rating, it's definitely leaning towards Iowa State, but I can do a couple extra curriculars.
But I mean, I'll go either way on this. If everybody else wants Iowa State, let's do that.
I'm fine going either way, to be clear. But
Iowa State. Let's see, and who's the other ones? Okay,
it's UNC and San Diego State.
I think we're not giving. I think we're respecting UNC, but I don't think we're giving Iowa State enough credit. So I think I would lean Iowa State. San Diego State, though.
The only reason I'm respecting UNC more is they did win 8 of their last 10, and one of their losses was Duke. And they picked it up when they needed to, and they almost beat Duke, even if it was Cooper Flaggless. That's the only reason that I'm still kind of feeling they have a chance to win a few of these games. But again, I'll let y'all decide on this one. I'm good either way.
The only thing that North Carolina is close with when it comes to Iowa State is Victor, just straight up wins. Obviously, their offensive rating, they're right neck and neck offensive wise. Iowa State 7 points better defensively, and then strength of schedule, they are neck and neck. Actually, the same exact rating. So if you want to call it a toss-up, you want to take that for what it is. Like I said, offensively, they are right around, literally within 0.5 of each other. And then defensively, though, Iowa State plays.
Now the thing, I'm good Iowa State mainly because we don't even know if UNC is going to be this matchup. So it could be San Diego State. So I'm good with Iowa State.
State takes care of San Diego State.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with that. If it was San Diego State, I wouldn't even hesitate here.
Yeah.
So
no, I understand the UNC. I understand that. They need an upset to even really have a
Marquette versus Michigan State.
Michigan State.
I feel like it's Sparty here.
Michigan State, yeah. Makes me nervous.
Right. I understand. Going out of the West, Florida or UConn, I think this is where the defending champ.
It's Florida.
Falls.
Yeah. Florida.
I'm not even going to use my buzzer, man.
Maryland versus Memphis here.
I'll differ. I don't like either one of them, so I don't really know what to say. Just watching Maryland all the other day and watching Memphis, that was wow. Today's been such a long day. Yeah, that was today. I don't know. I think I would lean Memphis.
I would say Memphis did look good today. I'm not gonna lie,
but I just don't know. Yeah, you know what? Give me Memphis. Give me Penny Hardaway. Why not?
First top 25.
Yeah, my vote is officially for Memphis. Maryland's got some interesting characters, but I lean Memphis.
They're better offensively and a little bit better defensively is Maryland, but I go a bunch of different ways here.
Yeah, here.
I'll go Maryland just because. Yeah, I think they play better. Play better teams, like a better collection of teams, and I think they might end up winning that one.
You know what? I'm switching my vote. I'm going Maryland.
There you go. Okay. That's enough.
And I'm fine with that because we all know what's happening there. St. Jake versus Texas Tech.
Here we go again.
I'm saying Drake. I'm not going to use my buzzer. But I'm saying Drake. I'm saying Drake.
I might have to take the tie off on this one.
I mean, I just bet them to win it all at like 25,000 plus 25,000. So I'm
this probably shouldn't be as hard as it is, but
Wins,
Probably
losses,
shouldn't.
wins.
No, I'll grab some.
No, give me Texas Tech.
Just go Texas Tech.
They're close though. They are very close. First of all,
it's very close. Wins. I'll just say, like, the fact that Drake hasn't faced a top 25 team, Texas Tech has, even though their ranking isn't good, but their BPI is really good, and just
based on the battle tested part is the only reason I'm saying Texas Tech.
Yeah.
They're a lot more.
I don't hate this pick, to be clear. I mean, it does. The other thing that is worth noting, it's a 30-win team.
Yeah, that's the thing. My personal pick is Drake, but I can understand why we go Texas Tech.
Yeah, same. I think that's where I land on that too.
Going with Texas Tech.
Yeah,
yep,
that's fine.
Arkansas versus St. John's.
St. John's.
A non-conference schedule, Texas Tech is way below Drake. Just saying.
Really?
Non-conference, yeah. Strength of schedule.
Well, I mean, you think about it. Drake only lost 3 games, so that makes sense.
Well, no, I mean they're just strength of schedule, but their BPI. It's because Texas Tech plays in a very, very difficult.
Yeah, we go Texas, and yes, and we go. Which there you go. What did I say? It wasn't first round, but we're gearing up for Patino and Calipari in the round.
But it makes it feel any better. I don't think either one of these teams stand a chance against St. John's, so it's fine.
It doesn't really matter.
St. John's
all right.
Care, for sure.
St. John's versus Arkansas there. Duke or Baylor?
Duke.
Yeah.
With or without Cooper Flag.
Yeah. Oregon or Arizona here?
I'll go Arizona.
Yeah, I agree with that, actually.
Yeah.
Yep. VCU or Wisconsin?
VCU, screw Wisconsin.
Yeah.
Yes.
Sure. I honestly believe that, but
I don't hate it. The only thing that scares me, but yet, I mean, VCU did handle a very, very tough big today in Haynes, and they played him well with Furman and the kid from London. I can't pronounce his last name, and I'm not going to butcher it because it's going to make me sound bad if I try. So
what I saw in Wisconsin today was they fold in some big moments, and that's not the first time I've seen it happen. It's like the second or third time that when it comes down to the wire, they fold.
They looked confused at points.
And if VCU is making threes, which they do well.
Let me tell you, I'll say this: if VCU plays the way they played today against Wisconsin in this game, VCU wins.
Yeah, especially since Shugla was still able to get some shots off versus the number 1 defender in the country in Billups.
Like if they play the same way that they played today in this game, VCU wins. If they both play their A game, in this game, Wisconsin wins.
Sure, I agree with that.
I agree with that. I can live with that.
But I'm 100%. Maybe it's recency bias, but I'm taking VCU here myself.
Fair enough. St. Mary's or Alabama?
I can't go against Alabama. That's my one rule. So I have to pain.
As much as I hate to say it, because I don't like picking Alabama, I'm gonna say Alabama.
I'm getting outvoted, but I'll stick with St. Mary's.
Yeah, I can't.
Yeah, that's so tough. I'm going to look at the preview here.
Yeah, please look at the preview because I could be swayed.
And CJ, we put Kel on the spot. You're on the spot. You're the deciding vote.
This is a tough play for me. The problem is Alabama can't play defense, and St. Mary's definitely can. But this is what's going to make me pick Alabama is they are tried and tested versus except for the Gales just don't have those matchups. Even though
Alabama can't play defense, but they can also drop 90 on anybody. So the question is, can St. Mary's
their average point per game is 90, and that's the thing. It's going to be a shootout, and that's the reason.
Can St. Mary's drop 95 to win this game? Is the question.
I'll comfortably take the St. Mary's spread, but whatever you guys want to go with.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Alabama here, and but I do agree with you. Like whatever the spread is, I think I take St. Mary's. I think this is a 2-3 point game, so. That's something to think about. The Midwest, Houston or Gonzaga here.
Houston.
Yep.
Okay. This one's spicy. This one's spicy.
I got High Point, but that's just because I didn't have McNeese on my Cinderellas.
Yeah, I'll roll.
And I used my golden buzzer on McNeese, so you know I'm going McNeese.
Get up to CJ.
Leaving it up to me.
Did you have either one of the? You had McNeese, didn't you, on your Cinderellas?
I did have McNeese on there.
Did you have High Point as well, or?
I did not have High Point. I did not.
Well, I appreciate you doing the. I can also find at least just the net rating on.
Yeah. Give me some of that too. I think I'm going to lean McNeese just because I think they had a tougher road to hoe, quote unquote.
Do you want the Give me. I'll grab. Do you want offensive rating, net rating, luck, strength of schedule? What do you want?
Give it all. Give me everything. Okay. I'm gonna look at it all. I'm gonna put it in a blender.
Who are the top 25 teams that McNeese played? They played 2 of them.
Hold on. I did not mean to pick that. To be clear, hold on.
McNeese 59th in net rating compared to High Point's 84th.
They played McNeese played Alabama and only lost by 8.
Yeah, and they lost by 3 to
Mississippi State.
Mississippi State.
High Point offensive rating well above McNeese. But obviously the net rating, so McNeese's defense is certainly better than High Point's. Mm-hmm. Yeah, by a wide margin.
And that's why I was on McNeese to begin with, is because they battled two of the teams that are number 2 and number 3, 4 in these brackets. They battled
like a 6.
So they battled number 2 team and number 6 team. And they were in the game all the way to the last minute in both of these games.
Also, McNeese strength of schedule 2+ points better than or stronger than High Point.
Than High Points. What's luck?
Oh yeah, let's get into the luck.
Can't forget the luck.
Can't forget the luck. Who's lucky here? Tomorrow is St. Patrick's Day. Luck minus 0.23. High Point. High Point is way luckier.
Okay, so that actually makes me want to pick McNeese.
All right. I mean, I'll sign. I'm not going to hit my buzzer. I'm waiting on that one.
It doesn't matter because either of these teams is getting dog walked by Houston. But
Facts.
But that's where the Cinderella is probably going to end. Louisville versus Kentucky. This might be a golden buzzer opportunity for a Kel Dog here.
I say Kentucky, but I'll let Kel make his decision.
We doing a $5 buy-in bracket. Clemson. Ethan, you really don't want to see what we did to Clemson. As you can tell, this is where Clemson would be.
They got McNeese, dog.
I can argue why Houston won't make it far.
Why Houston won't make it that far, okay?
Oh, no, well, I mean, yeah, let him in.
I mean, you've got to send him the link. I don't have it.
I'm using my buzzer on Houston when I need to. So you can come.
Go ahead and send him.
As of right now, you don't have to.
We'll get him in. Send him the link, Pat, because I don't have him.
I got you.
We can move on for now.
Yeah, we can move on for now.
We can go back if we have to. I'm saying Kentucky. What is CJ? What do you think?
I'm taking Kentucky here.
All right, so it's up to you, Kel. Do you want to buzzer it or no?
I don't want to buzzer. Do I have to vote?
No, you don't have to.
You don't have to.
I don't want to vote.
All right, then it's Kentucky.
I'll vote Illinois, but I'm 2-1, so it's Kentucky.
All right, UCLA versus Tennessee.
Tennessee's defense is too good.
Yeah.
Pat?
Tennessee, yep.
Okay. All right. I just want to make sure. All right, we're into the Sweet 16 here. BT Dubs, we have 2 12s in the Sweet 16, ladies and gentlemen.
When Ethan does come in, we should go back to what we did for Clemson. Let him.
Clemson and McNeese. I mean, if he does make a convincing argument, that would be Robert's golden buzzer. So it doesn't overly matter.
That's true.
But I mean, why not?
We'll hear him out. We'll hear him out.
We'll hear him out. We'll be good enough to hear him out.
And he can say his false things about why Houston won't make it far. And it doesn't matter. He's using my golden buzzer on them anyway. So.
Unfortunately for him, even if we took Houston out, it doesn't get Clemson in.
No buzzers for the final.
Yeah, obviously.
I'm good with that.
Yeah.
Okay. Deal.
Oh, I
would say actually no buzzers into the final too. So in the final four, so you've got to use them in the Sweet 16 or the Elite Eight. There's no more golden buzzers after that.
Yep.
Okay.
And this is Auburn. I really want to go UC San Diego, but
I mean, I actually am voting for UC San Diego.
Okay. I mean, this is the pumpkin. It's either this or.
I don't. If we don't go UC San Diego, I have them losing to Michigan State, so it's fine. But
Ethan, welcome in, Ethan.
What's up, fellas?
What's up, Ethan?
How we doing? It's been a hot minute.
It has been a lot hot minute. You're slightly underdressed, even though you're in a collared shirt.
Look, hey fellas, look. I ain't changed since I got out of church this morning. What can I say?
Listen, I did change, and then I threw on a jacket to overdress myself in a t-shirt. So, listen, you're in fine company here, to be very clear. We're just going through the just the BetSlips bracket here. I'm sorry.
Why did my screen turn sideways?
Give me a second. Let me see if I can edit it. See if you tap your phone to get it to rotate for you, maybe, because I'm not able to rotate it for some odd reason.
Well,
yep.
There you go. Oh.
there we go. There it is.
See if it rotates back or not.
Yeah, that's good. Nah, it shouldn't. It shouldn't. You're holding it now, so that's solid. Well, we can hold on.
So, did y'all take any bets on the players?
No, we don't have any. Well, we do have some bets on the players.
We got 9 a.m. playoff tomorrow morning.
Yep. Oh, who is it? Who I was not betting this.
Rory and JJ Spawn.
Ooh, Spawn.
Lucas Glover finished tied third.
Unfortunately, I think the rain delay hurt Glover.
Yeah,
he's an old guy. It takes him a little bit longer to get limber again. Where did Akshay finish?
I had a bet for him to finish top 5 and a bet for him to win the thing, and it paid like $5, paid like $150.
Nice. Where'd Akshay finish? Do we know?
He was like third or fourth, I think.
Yeah, third. Yep.
Yeah, there was like 7 people tied third.
Oh wow.
We got more. Akshay
tied for third.
So we had a guest.
If Rory wins, then we hit our parlay with Morikawa at 10th and Rory winning.
Yeah, we had a guest come on the other day, Ethan, who gave us a couple of golf bets, and I go to school with him right now, and he gave us the Rory to win and Morikawa top 10, or was it Rory to win? Yeah, Rory
to win. Yeah,
and Morikawa top 10. So we hit one of them. But it is good to have you back on, brother. And we're just talking brackets, and I think CJ's pulling it back out. So if you want to give us your thoughts, A, on Clemson, and then B, you can also tell me why Houston isn't going to make it far, which I'm going to disagree with anything you say anyway, but still say it.
Okay, so I can go ahead and tell you I understand why you're picking who you're picking in that one. The vibes are purely high for McNeese. I get it. I really do. And I've been saying for 2 weeks now, I hope we don't end up playing McNeese.
Yeah. We were big on Clemson, and then we were like, okay, Clemson is a 5. That's solid. We're good. And then literally Robert goes, and they're facing McNeese. And I went, ooh.
So here's exactly the reason why you pick Clemson. Everybody's picking McNeese.
Maybe, but they're not picking them to go as far as we are.
That's fair. But a lot of people are going to pick that McNeese High Point matchup. One big thing that's going to hurt Clemson is their guard Dylan Hunter is out for the year with a broken thumb. That's going to suck. Even though he did only average 4 points a game for us this year, he was a key guy when it came to defense and rotating with our offense, working the ball around. That's really going to hurt. But Clemson has won the games this year. The only team they can't figure out is Louisville, and they got screwed on Friday night in Charlotte against Louisville. I don't know if y'all got to see that game or not, but they got royally screwed in the last minute of that game.
Did not, unfortunately. Did not have a chance to take
a
peek. But
I was about 10 rows from the court. I got to see it up close and personal, and it sucked. I made sure that old Teddy Valentine knew my thoughts and opinions very clearly on his officiating for the last minute of that basketball game. Hey, Teddy's a great guy. Love the guy. He's great conversation piece. But he screwed us royally on Friday night. But McNeese, they're a vibe team, and the best part about them is their manager. I mean, have y'all seen their student manager?
Oh yeah, he just got an NIL deal.
Yep, yeah. He's the first student manager in college sports to sign an NIL deal.
He got a Buffalo Wild Wings and some cookie thing, I think.
And tick picks.
Did he? Oh, really? I didn't see that part.
He's got.
I saw a couple pictures of him signing today. That kid's electric.
Yep. So he's got a few of them, but those deals will be short-lived because the Loch Ness monster, Victor Locken, is going to dominate in round one.
Okay. Heck yeah.
Ian Shefflin and Chase Hunter, two Clemson guys through and through, they're not losing against McNeese. They're just not going to. Houston isn't going to beat Georgia.
Okay.
That's a hot take.
It's not a hot take, and the reason why it's not is because Houston isn't fully healthy. We're taking into consideration Houston is a fully healthy team. Yeah, they're looking at an Elite Eight appearance, Sweet 16, Elite Eight.
Yeah,
they're not fully healthy, and that's where their problem lies. Their star guard, I believe it's their star guard, sat out for the conference championship.
That would be
yes,
LJ Cryer,
Juwan Roberts. He hurt his ankle. He's got ankle injury. And then
so did Cooper Fleck.
Yeah, but the difference between Houston and Duke is Houston's 6-7 deep on the bench.
Mm-hmm.
Houston's not.
I'll give you that. I understand where you're coming from. The issue for us is you said they're not getting past Georgia. We don't have Georgia getting out of the first round.
I'll tell you, the logo of Gonzaga is very deceitful for people when it comes to college basketball because they've seen it for so long and they just expect what they expect.
I'm in your boat. I think I was the only one that voted Georgia to beat Gonzaga, but I got outvoted. I was fine with it, to be clear, because I thought either team would lose. I think again, it's tough to go against some SEC schools, but
not really. There's 14 of them.
Well, I'm saying it's tough to they're hard to overlook. Like they're a very good, solid, well-rounded squad. Well,
Georgia. I don't know too much about their basketball team this year. I do know they got a guy, RJ Godfrey, played at Clemson over the last couple of years. So I got to watch him play up close and personal numerous amount of times. I probably watched that dude play 40 basketball games. And if he plays smart, he's got some talent, and he's going to rebound the ball a lot. So unless Gonzaga's got somebody that's going to rebound, I'm taking Georgia on the boards, and you got to rebound the ball in basketball. You rebound the ball. You're winning tournament games. Tournament games are not high scoring games. I think
spread opens at 6.5 in favor of Gonzaga in this one.
Yeah, which 6.5 in a tourney game is what you expect. But also what y'all are forgetting is, I believe saw a stat on the March Madness show that the 8 and 9 game, the 9 seed is 16-8 since 2018.
No, not disagreeing with you in the slightest. I think this is an 8-9 matchup that favors the 8 a lot more than it favors the 9.
Yes.
But I like I said, I like the upset pick. We have 2 9s winning and we have 2 8s winning. In our bracket, we have UConn beating Oklahoma. We had Gonzaga beating Georgia. We have Baylor beating Mississippi State, and then we have Creighton beating Louisville. I'm not high on any ACC team. To be very clear, I want to be very, very clear here. I'm not high on any ACC team unless their name is Duke, because it is Duke, 4 piles of poop, Louisville, Clemson, 4 more piles of poop, UNC, Wake Forest, SMU,
UNC,
1,000 piles of poop. I know UNC shouldn't be in. I'm just giving you the hierarchy of the ACC.
Yeah.
14 piles of poop.
Very well.
Everybody in the ACC. 30 mountains of poop. Miami. Like that is the ACC this year. It is Duke in its own class. Then it's Louisville and Clemson behind them by a decent margin.
Yeah.
Then there's another gap, and you've got SMU, UNC, Wake Forest. Then a large gap after that, the rest of the ACC, and then literally a Mount Everest pile of poop, and then Miami. Like that's how big how bad Miami is. I'm pretty sure Miami would lose to every 16 seed. Every team in this tournament, they would lose to by at least double digits, to be very clear. That's how bad Miami is.
So what you're saying is there's a lot of poop in the ACC.
There's a lot of poop in the ACC.
There's a lot of
the ACC is trash.
That's
the ACC is not what the ACC has been.
Yeah.
But the top of the ACC is so far superior than the rest of the ACC.
You're 1,000%. Duke is very, very far superior than everybody else in the ACC.
I mean, you can say that all you want to, but Clemson beat them when they played them. So
don't disagree. Cooper Flagg was also sick that game. So,
well, you can blame it on whatever, but they still lost the game.
That's fair.
I'll give you that.
So, not saying Duke is worse than Clemson by any means. Duke and Clemson will be in the Final Four in San Antonio.
Will be?
That's someone's claim right there.
Wow. Look at that. What a I love it. I love coming in here with a hot take.
Unfortunately for us, they're not getting out of the round of 64, so it's tough.
Yeah, I mean, it's gonna look your bracket's busted like first game because we're gonna play like Thursday at noon probably.
Cal, go ahead and clip that, please, so we can have that, and we'll have Ethan back on.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I mean that's just kind of where I feel like I genuinely feel like Clemson. What they've got the experience, they've got guys that are tournament prepared. Chauncey Wiggins has not looked like the Chauncey Wiggins of last year, but Chauncey Wiggins did not look good until the tournament last year. So here we are. Dylan Hunter's out. Somebody's got to step up. We're going to be leaning on a freshman by the name of Dell Jones, who looks like a former Clemson basketball player, Rod Hall, with the way he drives to the paint, and also similar with the dreads that he has. He is a baller.
I'm going to go ahead and make this claim. You only beat Miami by 10. You lose to in Clemson. You lose to a South Carolina team that was one of 2 teams in the SEC that didn't even make the tournament.
Shooting 40% in an awful game.
Lose to Memphis at home.
But Ethan, to your point, they still lost the game.
Oh, I know they played an awful game. Like I watched
without Cooper Flag.
I watched the game. That was the second worst shooting performance of the year from them.
Lose to Georgia Tech in overtime. Go ahead. Yeah.
I was just going to ask.
Double overtime.
Genuine question, because
yes,
it's tough to say right now because of the Cooper Flag situation, but a full-on healthy Cooper Flag and a full-on healthy Duke lineup against a fully healthy Clemson team, what is the spread and who wins that game?
Where are we playing?
Neutral site.
Neutral site.
Neutral site. The spread's probably going to be 8.5. Duke.
I think it's more than that. I think it's double digits.
I think it's double digits.
Realistically,
fully helper Cooper Flag.
8.5.
Fully healthy Cooper Flag. I don't think Duke lost a game by more than double. I mean, didn't win a game by more than double digits.
Outside of the game versus Clemson.
Sure.
Cooper Flag played 38 minutes. Played like poop for 38 minutes, but played for 38 minutes.
If he played sick, that's not fully healthy.
Does Clemson beat that Duke team?
Yes.
I mean, I figured you were going to say that. But
I would be willing to put $50,000 that Clemson couldn't beat Duke once in 7 tries with fully healthy Cooper Flag.
One time?
Not once in 7 tries with a fully healthy Cooper Flag.
How
fully healthy Cooper Flag.
Okay.
With rest in between.
How many ACC games have you watched this year?
Enough to know that Clemson can't beat Duke.
With a healthy Cooper Flag.
With a healthy Cooper Flag.
Clip it. Somebody, please.
Clip it.
We won't have to worry about it because they're not going to beat Gonzaga, so it's not going to matter.
They're not going to beat McNeese, you mean?
And it's not even that. It's that we cannot actually simulate this.
Or McNeese, yeah.
Yeah, we can't either. We can't.
This is a pure hypothetical.
Yeah, we can't because we don't have an NCAA basketball game, which we should.
No, but that wouldn't be anything either. Like it's
like Clemson
with a healthy Cooper Flag, their game plan changes to a point where they're not shooting the same way. They're not playing defense the same way. Like it's a completely different game plan when you have the presumptuous number 1 pick, the best player in college basketball. When he's fully healthy, the Clemson game plan change. And it's not just for Clemson; it's for every team. That's why I think this has been blown. That his injury is the biggest deal for every single team in this tournament. I mean that. I don't think that's hyperbole. I think the fact
I think Cooper Flag's one of the best players in the country coming out of high school.
Yeah.
Like I said that coming out of high school. Like me and my buddy sat down and watched his high school gameplay, and we're like, this dude's going to be one of the best players in the country next year. It's just a matter of how many years can Duke keep him.
By the way, he 100% screwed Maine. Maine would have 100% been in this tournament. So Maine should. I have family in Maine, and I was joking with them like, if only he had gone to the University of Maine.
The problem is he's white, and if you're white, you have to go to Duke. It's just the rules.
Yeah.
All right, let's go ahead and wrap up this bracket. I will go ahead because I've already used my golden buzzer. Ethan, you are going to take my vote. I will only be a deciding vote if we have 2v2s. Is that good? Is it good? I will be the deciding vote on 2v2s.
Make sure you join our show's bracket, Ethan.
Yeah, our bracket challenge on ESPN, Ethan. Make sure you drop that in too.
Just the best tips.
$5 buy-in.
No.
$50 buy-in. I mean, what?
No.
That's insane.
50-cent buy-in. Let's go ahead and jump to the Sweet 16 matchup. We have Auburn versus UC San Diego in the Sweet 16 here. Who does everybody like? Pat?
I mean, I really want to say UC San Diego, but Auburn wasn't my pumpkin, so I'm going to go Auburn.
I'll go Auburn. I'll go Auburn.
Robert?
Sure.
Ethan?
Since they're already even, I'll go against the grain. Auburn has a freak injury and UC San Diego wins.
So we have 2 UC San Diegos and 1 Auburn? Is that what I'm hearing here?
No,
Robert
3.
Auburn.
If we have other votes for UC San Diego, I'm all about UC San Diego. I was just going with the group.
We have 3 Auburns and 2 UC San Diego.
I said I'd go against the grain just to be different.
All right. All right, so there's Auburn there. I don't hate that UC San Diego play though. Michigan
I'm using
State
my buzzer.
versus...
No, I'm not.
He's not. No.
No.
That'd be stupid.
But I am abstaining from voting. I'm going to abstain from voting in this one.
For this one?
Iowa State or Michigan State?
Buzzer.
Michigan State.
Buzzer, Iowa State.
Iowa State.
Buzzer, Iowa State. Sparty could go.
No.
I agree.
Oh, no.
Yes.
Somebody take his buzzer away. No.
No, he just took it away himself.
Oh, no.
Yes.
That one hurts.
Sparty,
That one does hurt.
Sparty was
I didn't even
not
want Iowa
impressive
State to
me.
get to this game, much less win against
come on.
Michigan
Oh
State.
my God.
Sparty was not impressive with me all season long. They had a good little run at the end there, but you know what? They're not getting past Iowa State.
Yeah.
It's just like baseball playoffs, though, man. If they're hot, they're hot. That's all I'm saying. Florida or Maryland here?
Florida.
Two Floridas.
Ethan?
Again, I'm the decider here. To be clear.
Pat?
I said Florida.
Okay.
Oh, 3 Floridas then.
So we have 3 Floridas. Florida's moves on. St. John's or Texas Tech here.
St. John.
St. John's.
I think that's pretty consensus. All right, Duke versus Arizona.
Duke. I'm staying out of this one.
Alabama or VCU.
Oh.
Bama.
I'm staying out of it.
Give me Bama.
Yeah, I'll do Bama.
Yeah. As much as I want to say
This feels
VCU
very
here.
chalk, boys.
It is very chalk, but it's just where the upsets get beat up here. Houston versus McNeese.
That game's
Houston.
not happening.
That game's not happening.
Well, unfortunately for you, I used the golden buzzer in the beginning, so McNeese has to be here. So Houston.
McNeese has to be here. There's no switching it up.
Yeah,
Can I
Houston.
use 2 and get them out?
No.
Cougars.
All right, Kentucky versus Tennessee.
Tennessee.
Kentucky.
Tennessee.
Kentucky.
Oh my God, I'm the decider here.
Y'all could.
Who said
Kentucky
and who
chokes a
said
lot of
Tennessee
chicken, is
here?
all I'm saying.
I said Kentucky.
I've seen Kentucky play live this year.
They're not good.
No.
I've been preaching Tennessee is fraudulent all year, and I have to stick with it. So
They're both fraudulent.
So we have two Kentuckys and 2 Tennessees. Is that what I'm
We
hearing?
have 2 fraudulent teams, and one of them has a much better defense than the other, so that's why I'm going with Tennessee.
We have Tennessee's on the bottom. We have Kentucky's up top. I am
One of
now
them
the
has a much
deciding
better
vote.
offense than the other, though.
Also, okay, how did Kentucky get a 3 seed?
That's a good question.
That was a very good question. It's
How-
a 22 and 11 team.
Let's
How
go
does
to the luck.
Clemson get a
We're going to the
5
luck
seed and
rating.
Kentucky get a
We're going to the
3
luck
seed?
rating. We're going to the luck.
Hold on, they got destroyed by Tennessee twice.
No, Tennessee beat Tennessee twice.
Yeah. Which means you're not beating a team 3 times in basketball.
Tennessee is more lucky. Tennessee is a confirmed luckier.
Tennessee's got the horseshoe stuck up their butt.
Yep, they are luckier. But I'm still sticking with Kentucky. So somebody has to make a decision. CJ?
It's on me. It's on me.
Flip a coin, heads Tennessee, tails Tennessee.
Like Two-Face.
I'm gonna go ahead and take Tennessee here. Let's go Auburn versus Iowa State.
Iowa State.
Iowa State.
Yeah.
Who between Michigan State and Iowa State, whoever's there is beating Auburn. Is all I'm saying.
Either way.
Yeah.
Florida or St. John's?
Oh Jesus,
Johnny's.
St. John's,
St. John's for sure.
St. John's.
I'm in. I'm 1,000% in. Duke or Alabama?
Duke all day.
Duke.
Oh,
And Houston versus
we
Tennessee.
said Duke. Okay.
Houston,
Buzzer.
because that's where Clemson should be.
Buzzer. Houston.
Buzzer
All right, there
Houston.
it is.
Yep.
Houston in the Final Four. Our Final Four is Ohio State versus St. John's.
St. John's. They're
St.
better
John's.
coached.
Yeah, I like St. John's too.
Yeah, I'll go the Johnnies.
Patino gets back to the national championship. Duke versus Houston.
Duke.
Houston.
Saying Houston.
Houston.
Y'all are crazy.
Coop.
Wait,
listen,
so what are we at?
If
You
we
just
get to
count-
this game, look. If
We
we
have
get
3
to this
Houstons.
game, if Duke and Houston play each other, I will bet $50 on Duke with any of you in that game.
They're not getting there because
with
Houston isn't getting past Clemson.
Clemson ain't getting past McNeese.
We'll see on Thursday.
What are we at? We're at 2-2.
No, we're there's Houston, and Houston. There's 3 Houstons. Ethan said Houston. Kel said Houston. Pat said Houston. Me and Robert are only Dukes. It's unfortunate. All right, St. John's versus Houston.
St. John's, because Houston shouldn't be there.
Houston.
Well, I completely agree with that because it would be not Houston. But anyways, y'all are discounting Cooper Flagg's injury.
I don't think I am. I actually don't think I am, Ethan, because as a guy who sprained his ankle multiple times, and after a week of rest where I did nothing, I was fine, 100% fine, taped up. I played Ultimate Frisbee taped up. I had played flag football taped up. And both of those are very, very hard cutting sports.
Yes.
Both of them are. So
I'm a 300-pound man who has sprained both my ankles 7 times, and I played football and baseball. And I was fine with the sprained ankle.
Collegiate. I played collegiate ultimate, and it's a very hard, vicious cutting sport.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, I played ultimate.
Yeah, I played collegiately, so it's not like it's nothing. To be clear.
Yeah. No.
This is either.
But a week of rest with ice taped up. That's a completely different story.
And if they don't play him in the first round, which they may not because they don't need to, then he's got even more rest. Because then there's another 2 or 3 days in between the next game.
This is either going to. He is set up perfectly because he has so many options. Either he pushes through, and we don't know the severity. We only know what we've been told. We've all had our sprained injuries of ourselves, but none of us were high-level collegiate athletes. Let's just make sure we say that.
Yeah.
I'll on a national stage when he's about to be the number 1 pick in the NBA draft. This is either going to be he guts through this, no matter what it is, gets Duke to the Final Four, potential shot at winning the championship, and it's a story among stories. Or he is more hurt than we all know or have any knowledge of, and they are without a 100% Duke, 100% Cooper Flag, and 100% Duke, and they have an excuse built in because they didn't have their number 1 guy. That being said, I think Duke is good enough without him. Clearly, Clemson beat them without him, so maybe not as good, but this is still a perfect situation, not just for Cooper, but Duke as well. And I am taking into consideration the injury. Very much so. I think a guy that size with the injury that he has, which again, we do not know the exact severity of, is going to play a major role in this tournament and is going to move lines. It's going to move Vegas. My prediction now, Vegas is going to make, and they already were going to, is going to make a significant amount of money in this tournament because there's still going to be people who are not aware of this injury who are just going to ride Duke because they know of Cooper Flag, but might not know of his injury. But that's why I think we are right in this bracket. I might not have Duke in my own personal Final Four, but I think we are right in this to include them in there with all of our upsets that we have. And I think we are also right to not put them in the finals just willy-nilly. So,
hey, what seeds Boise State?
I vote for the finals.
Boise State didn't make the tournament.
If it's Houston and St. John's, it's Houston.
Boise State did not make the tournament.
They make the NIT then? Or
yes, probably. That's probably the NIT.
Why are we talking about Boise State?
Ethan asked.
I'm looking through our schedule and looking at teams I thought made the tournament.
But yeah, that's my take on the whole thing. If you aren't, the lasting thing I want people to take from this, at least right now. By the way, shout out to people that have joined us. We wish we had more chats, but we appreciate you just watching us.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But I do want to just make sure I do say that I 100% am worried about the Cooper Flag situation. And had he not gone down the way he did, I think Duke wins this. I think Duke would easily be my pick to win. But with everything being the way that they are now, I'm riding my Cougars. And that's in this situation and in my own brackets, most of my champions are going to be Houston Cougars. So
much like Kel does physically, you are.
How did you beat me to it? That was the exact joke. Damn it!
Gotta be quick on that.
You won't. By the way, you won't get this type of Selection Sunday coverage anywhere else.
Anywhere else.
So before anybody else goes, so I can just make my own joke. I'm also taking Houston. I love Cougars. I live in Florida. Go Cougars, Houston.
Yeah.
So we have 2 Houstons in the national championship for the picks for Houston here. Robert,
St. John's.
Ethan.
Who's better coached, fellas? St. John's or Houston?
Houston.
I would go Houston, to be honest.
Yeah. Same. One is just an Italian or the P word, and
I would like your glasses because we're not seeing the same thing, bud. St. John's.
Wow. I also take St. John's here. The Red Star St. John's. I've been on St. John's all year, to be very clear. I have said it for weeks. I'm a big fan of St. John's. The bracket is in. We have St. John's as the winner of the Just the BetSlips into the the St. John's Red Storm. There it is.
Hey, they're plus 2,500.
I'm going to bet them right now.
And bracket wise, we are part of 5.5% of brackets.
I mean, honestly, though, that's
the way you want it.
Decent bracket. That's a decent bracket, man.
I just think you got the wrong upsets. I think Louisville will take care of Creighton. I like the UC San Diego pick. I like the Yale pick. I don't like the I'd take Ole Miss winning whoever they're playing. I think they'll play San Diego State. UNC got it. UNC got gift wrapped, and we'll see what happens with that. I like the Iowa State over Lipscomb. Marquette, New Mexico. I think New Mexico pulls that one out. Just because of the way they played in the tournament last year. I know I'm pretty sure they were one and done. Pretty sure that was our round of 64 matchup that we played. But they got experience and it was a good ball game. And then where are we at now? Michigan,
right
Bryant. Michigan State just scares me. I don't know. Like, yeah, they had a good regular season, but they just haven't done much in the tournament recently. So I just that one's going to be one of those where in some brackets I'll take Michigan State, some brackets I'll take Bryant. It's going to be one of those that probably trip up a lot of people. Norfolk State, Florida. I mean, that's kind of obvious, but at the same time, in some brackets you have to take a 16 just in case. I don't think that's the 16 you take.
Nope.
UConn, Oklahoma. I think Dan Hurley had his run and he's done. He's done nothing but show his butt all year. So I think Oklahoma's going to take advantage of that. They know if they can get in UConn's head that, I mean, if you get in UConn's coaching staff head, what are you going to be in the players' heads? I mean, come on. Memphis has a good ball club, but they were hot early. They're not as hot now, that Colorado State team. I forget how many they won straight, but I think it's like 10 plus straight games. They've won a lot of basketball games recently, and they're a program. I think that could be a situation where you got a 10 over or a 12 over a 5. That is 12-5, right? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it's 12-5.
Yeah, but I mean, Memphis is a good program, but I just don't think they're getting past Colorado. Hold up, scroll back up a little bit with that game. The spread's 2.5 for Colorado State right now.
Yep.
That is crazy. I didn't know that.
favorite.
Yeah, Colorado State's favorite over Memphis.
Yeah.
I like Memphis even better now.
I told you, Colorado. I'm on Colorado State. Big time.
I didn't hate the Colorado State. Just when you have every other 12 winning, it's kind of tough to play.
Oh no, I get it.
Grand Canyon is what, their third straight appearance in the tournament?
Very possible.
I believe it's their third straight.
The
one. Where's that game being played at?
That's a darn fine question.
Climate Pledge Arena in Washington. One thing to note about Grand Canyon University is y'all have all seen the ads. They're a online majority school.
Yep.
But the thing about it is their crowd always shows up to big games. Being Grand Canyon's on the West Coast, they're going to have majority crowd over Maryland in that arena. That's going to be something to look at. I know these are all neutral site games, but it
is still something to pay attention to.
That's something.
Yeah, I mean, we
to look at.
we took it into consideration in a couple of spots, to be clear.
Yeah.
So we looked at it.
I just hadn't gotten to talk with y'all about them all, so I'm just kind of looking at them.
Do you want to give your Final Four and champion, Ethan? Do you need to look at it a little bit more? Or?
I want to pick Wofford over Tennessee, just because Wofford's the in-state school, and I'd love to see them make a run. But
you're not the only one.
I don't think that they're going to be the 15 seed to beat a 2 seed this year. As much as I want it to happen, and I will definitely pick it in some brackets, I don't think in a money bracket that's one that I would pick. I think you sprinkle $5 on them here, there, just to, hey, let's see if we can hit a nice bet to start the tournament kind of thing. And then I like the High Point over Purdue pick.
Purdue was one of my pumpkins. I don't think they should have been a top 4 seed, to be clear.
Well, I don't understand how Clemson and Purdue aren't switched. I really don't.
I can actually agree with that, because I think McNeese beats Purdue, and I actually like Clemson over High Point, because I think Clemson would beat High Point. I think that's a bad matchup for them, for High Point.
I believe McNeese's head coach graduated from Clemson.
Oh, wow.
Even more reason for me to like McNeese.
Shout out McNeese.
Yeah. So that's the bracket there. We have a lot of chalk out there. We have a lot of 1-2s. We have upsets that get beaten out in the Sweet 16 and the Elite 8. But yeah, that's where we're at. St. John's is the winner of our bracket. If you want to get in on the fun, this is not this is a bracket that we did together. So this will not reflect what each of the individuals will have in their bracket. So if you want to get in on the fun and face us in our bracket challenge, that is just the BetSlips at ESPN, you can go ahead and get into the action there.
The link will be tweeted momentarily. I'm doing that right now.
Yep. So go ahead and jump in. You can face PD King. You can face, let's see who all is in. Let's see. We have Pat, Kel, myself, Tommy, and Parker as of right now. Robert's going to jump in after we get off of this thing. Ethan's going to pop in as well. But we want as many people as possible to get into just the BetSlips and this group and create a bracket. Let's have some fun. Have a good time with it. But that has been just the BetSlips selection show, where we promise you one thing and one thing only, and that is to bring you the hot tips to help your BetSlips. Everybody have a fun and safe Sunday. Go ahead and make sure that you follow us on the socials and gamble responsibly, and we will see you all next time. Have a good one, guys.